Do you get high views but low sales on all of your TikTok shop videos? Well, hate to break it to you, but that might be a skill issue. The solution is actually a lot simpler than you might think. Just learn marketing. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you a marketing crash course to take your dashboard from looking like this to looking like this. That way we can learn to understand the principles that make these videos work, copy their frameworks, and maximize our results. So without further ado, let's get right into this. So what we have right here is a copywriting checklist. I want you guys to keep this in the back of your mind whenever you're going through TikTok shop videos, when you're breaking them down. And if you just have these in the back of your head, it's gonna make it a lot easier to break videos down just like this, where you can see, okay, she's using social proof and authority here. She's using a pain point and she's twisting the knife. You can break it down into frameworks and see, okay, she's going through a customer journey. She's using features and benefits and all that sort of fun stuff. And when you understand the principles behind why something works, you can apply that to your own videos in your own unique way without having to just blindly copy what they're doing. By having this level of understanding of actual marketing principles, you can copy the principles of what they're doing without having to go bar for bar with them in order to maximize your results. I promise you, if you can learn to understand all of these 16 principles and apply them in your videos, you will never have the issue of high views and low sales again. So with all that being said, let's jump right into this checklist. First, we have features. A feature is what the product is. What does it do? What does it have? So an example that I'm going to be using throughout this video is headphones, AirPod Maxes. The AirPods play music at 80 decibels through nanoscopic speakers. This is just what the product is. This is the technical stuff. This is like what the product has. Another feature would be foamy earbuds. You could take them out, like just what it is. But a level deeper beyond that is a benefit. What's in it for the customer? Why does it actually matter to them? Because the AirPods play their music through 80 decibel nanoscopic speakers, they sound like a full boombox in your ear, and the sound quality is better than any headphone you've ever tried. What's in it for them? Why does that feature matter? It matters because it makes the music sound better. When we're selling, we never just want to give the customer a feature. We also want to give them why it benefits them, the benefit of the product. Number 3, use cases. Specific scenarios where the customer will actually use the product. Through our marketing, we want our customer to be able to already see themselves using the product. So another example for these headphones is you can use them at the gym, you can use them while walking, you can use them while studying, you can use them to watch YouTube. And if we give the customer all these different uses, they'll be able to kind of see themselves already using the product before they buy it. They're like, oh wow, I need these for when I go to the gym. I need these for when I study. This will help my life so much. And it's like kind of just like getting them to kind of future cast and see themselves already with the product in hand. Number 4, we have pain points. The exact problems that our target customer is facing and wants to solve. We want to make them feel heard and understood. So an example with the headphones again is, say you're using wired earbuds. My earbuds are super uncomfortable, they always fall out, and the sound quality sucks. If someone has that same exact pain, that same exact issue that they're going through, and you can kind of just communicate that exact feeling to them and be like, I'm right there with you, bro, it's gonna make them feel super understood and kind of be like, okay, this ad is for me. Say you're walking down the street and someone says, hey, like you're gonna be like, okay, maybe I'll turn around. But say someone says your name, they say Josh, you're 100% going to turn around and be like, oh, he's talking to me. That's what we want to do with this. We want to make our customer feel heard. Number 4, twisting the knife. We're magnifying the pain. We're making it more real. We're making it hurt. We want to use strong language here. We want to really make that pain visceral for the customer. So with those wired earbuds again, every time I work out, I just have to shove the plastic so deep in my ear that it literally feels like they're going to bleed, just so I'm not going to miss a fuzzy beat drop. So like really magnifying the pain that we had here and just making it way more real. Number 6, objections. These are the things that stop people from buying. If they have questions about whether or not it works, if it's worth it, if it's really for them, they're just not going to purchase. So what we want to do is handle these objections through the words that we're saying. A common objection for these AirPod Maxes is I don't know if they look comfortable. Like, are they going to be heavy? I don't really know. So maybe I'm not going to buy it because of that objection. So what we can do is say, I know that they don't look like they're going to be comfortable, but I literally wear these for 3 hours at a time and don't realize they're on my head. We have an understanding of where the customer is at, and we just guide them along this journey. And we're like, okay, this is your objection. This is why that objection isn't true. And by the end of our script, we want to make sure that they have no resistance to buying our product. And the way that you do that is through handling their objections. Number 7, worse alternatives. So we can decrease analysis paralysis by making this seem like the only viable option by just contrasting it with worse alternatives. So an example of this with the headphones would be, sure, you could try those other ones, but they won't stay in your ear. They can never connect to your phone, and they're way more expensive. If we disqualify other options and make it seem like this is the only logical choice, it's gonna make it a lot easier for that person to make this impulse purchase. Number 8, we have personal testimonials. This increases trust by sharing our personal experience when using the product, instead of just making claims like, this is the best headphone you're ever gonna find, versus this has literally changed my life. I'm never going to touch any other pair of headphones again because of how great these are. There's a different level of trust and even authority in it because I actually use the product versus saying, if you use this, this is going to be great. So an example with the headphones, again, is I've been using these for the past year and I've literally never had better headphones. By me saying my personal experience, it just amplifies the effect of the claim that I'm making. Number 9, we have social proof. Humans have an innate desire to belong, and when they're uncertain, they're going to look to see what the herd is doing, what the pack, what a bunch of other people are doing, and they're going to follow suit. If I'm going to a new city and I'm using the subway, I don't know exactly how the subway system works. I don't know where to go after we get off, but if everyone is just filing towards this one set of stairs, that's exactly what I'm going to do too. I'm going to follow the herd. I'm doing exactly what everyone else does because I want to belong. I kind of just assume, okay, if everyone else is doing it, so should I. It's the same thing with marketing. If you can show that other people are using this product, other people like this product, then it's just going to kind of trigger that natural instinct in our brain and get them to take the same action as everyone else. The way that you could do this in your scripts is, oh, these work so well, but you don't have to take my word for it. Just ask the 50,000 people that bought this last month and read through the 2,000 5-star reviews. This is just hammering home the point that other people besides myself like this, and other people will actually use this. Next, we have authority. People are more likely to believe things when it comes from someone that's perceived as an expert in their field. This is why all the doctor content works so well, because they're kind of taking that authority. By prescribing Goli ashwagandha, people thought it was a real doctor, and they're like, okay, I should listen to this guy because he's wearing scrubs. Obviously, not good, but we can tie this authority in different ways. Like for headphones, people bought Beats by Dre because Dr. Dre was an authority figure in the space. In all honesty, what does he know about the makings of a headphone? Nothing. He knows about making music. But because he's perceived as an expert and perceived as an authority figure, it was so much easier for them to sell this product. And Beats by Dre took over the market, becoming one of the biggest headphone brands ever. Number 11, we have relatability and liking. People buy from people that they like. If you can come across as just like them, use their language, share their struggles, it's going to be so much easier for you to sell to them. Again, it's making the customer feel heard, making them know that like this product is for you. An example for the headphones is my friends would always roast me about wearing my wired earbuds. If I'm telling them I had the same exact experience as you, people are going to believe me a lot more. They're going to like me a lot more, and they're going to be more likely to buy from me. Number 12, the customer journey. Most people follow a very predictable pattern when buying things. They figure out they have a problem, they look for a solution, they're skeptical about the product, maybe they've tried some others, but they end up buying it and they love it. For any product that you've ever bought in, you've probably followed this same exact journey. And right now, the viewer across the screen from our TikTok is going through a similar journey. They hate their normal earbuds. Maybe they've seen AirPod Maxes, they've seen Beats by Dre, they've seen all these other brands, but they don't necessarily know which one is best. Maybe they've tried some others in the past that just didn't work out. And now they're in this spot where they're kind of just looking for that next product. And if we can kind of relate to them and be like, I was in the same exact spot, I was looking around, I was skeptical, but I actually tried this product and I loved it. It changed my life. Just think about how that's going to influence them through that relatability and by going through that customer journey together. Like, we're in this together. I forget the number we're on, but education and explanation. What does the product actually do? People want to be educated while also being entertained. So don't be too boring, but we have to kind of explain things, especially if we're doing a supplement. We want to make this super easy to digest for the customer. We don't want to bore them with all this fancy language. We don't want to bore them with blah, 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 blah. Don't want to go too deep into the science unless we're like this actual authority figure for the product that actually understands the science. So essentially, we just want to dumb things down for them. So these speakers are made from titanium grade, fancy word alloy, like the big words, the fancy stuff, which basically just means it's gonna sound like a freaking concert in your ears. So like big words that they're not gonna understand, simple words that they can actually understand after that. Next, we have a product introduction. At what point in the script do they actually mention the product? What we can do is mimic proven videos and just follow their flow. Did they mention the product in the first 20 seconds? Did they mention it at the very end? And like, if we just kind of want to follow their framework. Next, we have the before and afters / a desired transformation. We can kind of contrast life before and after the product and show how much it changed our life. We can show the customer the desired end state that they have and how our product is kind of going to get them there. It's a lot more powerful to show the transformation instead of just telling them what's going to happen. And finally, we have scarcity and urgency. Scarcity means that there's a limited supply. Urgency means that there's limited time. When people think that they're going to miss out, they move to action much quicker. If they have this sense of FOMO, oh my gosh, I can only buy this right now or else this deal is going to be gone forever, I'm going to buy right now. Especially on TikTok when almost every purchase is gonna be an impulse purchase. So an example of that and a call to action would be, they have a flash sale, but I don't know how much longer it's gonna be going on for, so I'd get yours sooner rather than later. That would be urgency because there's limited time. Then if we just swap out this flash sale for, they just restocked, but I don't know how much longer it's gonna be in stock for, so I'd get yours sooner rather than later, that's scarcity. So if you can find a way to tie these together, that's always gonna be the best of both worlds. I know that was a lot, but just bear with me. I'm gonna show you exactly how to apply these checklists into your breakdowns. That way you can take frameworks and apply them to your own unique videos. So here we have a couple video breakdowns I did, and I'm gonna show you exactly how almost all of these different things pop up throughout these high converting scripts. And by having a basic understanding of these, it makes it so much easier to just spot them out. So by understanding those principles I was just talking about, as we break this video down right here, it becomes so much easier to see the principles that she's using. Right here, she's going through a customer journey. It took me 31 years of living on this earth with fine hair to realize I just needed a different brush. 31 years of trying all these different products, 31 years of not understanding what's up with my hair. She's relating to the customer. She's going through this journey together. I didn't know people with fine hair needed the hairbrushes with those little boar bristles. That's a feature. Education, because it distributes all the oils in our hair from our roots down to the tips instead of leaving our scalp a greasy mess. Pain point / twisting the knife. It actually pulls all those healthy oils down into your hair, making it look super shiny. This is the benefit of this feature. Those little boar bristles make your hair super shiny, which is also that desired transformation, the before and after, or the benefit. She doesn't just tell you,
watch this.
She shows you the before and after of her hair. In this script right here.
To the mom saying she found tox in a stick, where did you come from?
When she shows this lady that has used this product and gotten the desired transformation of her target audience, that is social proof. Other people are using this. Other people are getting great results. Where did you come from? Then she doubles down on that and shows another person that has used this product and got rid of a pain point. Insane smoker lines. Insane kind of sharpens the knife by using that strong language. But then we have the pain point right here, smoker lines. Then she goes through the customer journey herself. I didn't believe you at first until I saw firsthand this filler and stick literally erase my hollowed under eyes. Before and after the desired transformation of the main pain point, hollowed under eyes. Then we have a personal testimonial. I'm getting married in 3 weeks and I have the worst hollowed under eyes. I've been super insecure, pain point, twisting the knife for a very long time. Then she keeps going through that customer journey. I'm usually so skeptical of skincare fads like this, and I'm the last person to hop on a bandwagon. She's relating to the customer. She's going through the exact same thing that her customer is going through as well. Also, being a nurse, I do heavy research before I buy a product. This is authority. She's an authority in the space. She's been to med school. She's a medical professional. She's telling the customer that I'm actually legit and I have the authority to educate you on this right here. It has adenosine in it. She goes through exactly what each ingredient does and the transformation that it gives you. Glowy, radiant skin. People will listen to her because she's an authority figure in the space. She has social proof right here. There's 5 stars across the board. She has scarcity. Unfortunately, I had to wait for 4 weeks just to be able to order this because they were out of stock, but I think they just got back in stock. Then she has urgency. I would act fast because I don't know how much longer they're gonna be around. An example of an amazing use case with these earbuds right here is this line. These are also the perfect thing if you go to sleep with headphones in, because now you can lay your head on the pillow and you're not gonna feel that earbud sticking out. As I hear this line, as I read this copy, I can see myself using these while I'm laying down on my pillow and I'm like, wow, I have that issue where I'm wearing AirPods and my head's against the pillow and it just feels super annoying. With these, I'm not gonna have that. Wow, I could see myself buying this product. I could see myself using this product. So as you start breaking down more videos like this, you're gonna see how this copywriting checklist, almost every single point is used multiple times. As you get more familiar with this process, as you get more familiar with these marketing principles, you're gonna be able to actually understand why things are working. And instead of just seeing a very viral video and just copying exactly what they're doing, you can kind of go out and be like, okay, I understand the principle behind what they're saying, so I can apply this in a completely unique way. So I hope that this video helped you guys. I hope it made sense. If you guys have any questions, just let me know in the comments. And if you found value from this and you think someone else might too, make sure you share this with them. Again, I hope this helped and I hope that you guys have a great day.